guys? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm sure from behind me you can see that things are done. Things are really not done. I still have paper down on the floor waiting for the base trim to dry so I can move that and I can actually start the cleaning. But I have put the furniture back. No Way came in, did the measurements for the trim, the picture box, and then I think I went around and fixed some of the imperfection in the drywall just to make sure that everything was going to be perfect once paint was going to go up. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into that. So if you guys have been here long enough, then you know that this is No Way. About a year and a half ago, when I started my journey into renovating this house, yes, it is a new house, and I know I renovated it. I called out No Way to do the board and batten in the entryway. Hopefully you guys got an opportunity to see that. And so when it came time to do this, I wanted to call him and use his expertise because he is really great and he is efficient at what he does. Of course, I called him and he went right to work. I want to share with you guys again, from floor to ceiling, my ceiling is 9 feet. This is what I would call a recessed coffered ceiling. So what the contractor did is use 2x4s and then he built on it. So with using the 2x4s, they were layered in 3s in order to give it a 4-inch drop. And what Noah is going to do now is he is going to be adding in 3.5-inch trim into each of the box. All around the house, I have 3.5-inch trim going all around. Again, if you saw in previous videos, there was still some trim that was not taken down because it did not disrupt the overall design of the coffered ceilings. So of course they weren't moved at all. Everything just stayed the same. This again was very cost effective. Keep in mind that if you're doing this project at home and you have a deeper drop than what I have, you can go in with the 4-inch. What I did not want to do is go with the 4, considering that's exactly what my drop was 4 inches. So like I said, Noah's going around doing all the measurements, nailing everything up. I want to say it took him about 5 hours to get things done because he came in towards I think around 12 or 11-ish, and he was pretty much gone by 5:30-ish. He was gone. So he worked pretty quick on cutting everything, getting everything situated again, which is why I called him. I will be leaving his information down in the description box. If you guys are in Savannah and you are interested in using him, then you can call him out. So good. So as of right now, it's 2.5 boxes are left. And then of course we have to do the base trim and then the picture. Everything's gonna get done today. I say I'm a cog, but I'm probably just gonna do it tomorrow just because today is pretty much over. It's already 3. The boys are gonna be coming home from school, so there's that. But it looks so freaking good. Oh my gosh. It looks really good. A, B, C, D, F, G. I'm actually gonna have to fix one part of the wall and put some spackle because it looks like they missed that spot right there. So I'm gonna just get that. There were a few imperfections in the drywall that I noticed, and so before I removed the paper on the floor, And before I wanted to get everything situated with the paint, I wanted to go around and just fix everything. So what I am using is pink spackle from Home Depot. I really, really love this when doing very small renos. Reason being is once you apply it to the wall, it's pink. Once it dries, it does turn white, which lets you know that it is time to sand it down. You don't have to guess. You don't have to try. If it stays pink and it's a lighter shade of pink, you just leave it alone until it turns white all the way. So I'm just kind of going around where I can still see the mesh tape and fixing that. If I'm seeing some small imperfections where maybe they sanded a little too much and too much came off, I'm adding some of that on there. There wasn't really a whole lot of imperfections, just little small minor areas that I fixed. The drywall guys did an absolutely amazing job when it came to doing the drywall, especially in the niche, making sure everything was just together, fully covered. So again, I'm just going in and doing some minor touches here and there that I noticed. Jumping into what I would consider to be one of the most satisfying part of the renovation, which is going to be the picture box frames. You guys, I don't know, I really love it. I love the fact that the entryway has the board and batten, which is sort of universal, and then the softness comes in with the picture box frame again, which I just really enjoy it. And I wanted to have something that when I was in the kitchen and I looked into the living room, there was still a little bit of interest in detail. So I actually sketched this out. It didn't look like much, but once it came in and Noah did it, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. Especially once it was taped on the wall. Visually, I just was like, okay. And it really complemented the small breakfast nook really nicely. So once I saw that going in, I was like, oh my gosh, it just looks so freaking good. And I'm sure like once everything gets painted and everything is one color and you can kind of break down the areas, it's gonna look amazing. But Noah always does an amazing work. I actually had to leave to go pick up my son, so I thought the recording was complete, but Noah actually turned the camera on and turned the camera around and recorded. Clearly he knows how important this is to me and you guys, so I really appreciate that. This is one of the things that I say when someone has been working with you long enough and they kind of figured out like what you do, it's just like so good. So yes, I was actually not even in the house, but again, they were still putting the trim, doing everything. And so now Noah's working on the other side. If you guys remember, the light, which is going to be the new sconce, is going to be going in there. I feel like it's going to be such a situation once it's in the space. Like I'm already imagining like having the dimmers on. Because the wall is there, it's creating more of like a shadow. So it's really good that the sconce is going to be there and then the lights are going to be inside the niche to give the proper lighting into the area where now it's kind of dark. So now we're on to the next day. All the trim is done. I did a little bit of sweeping and cleaning up, but what I wanted to do is go ahead and sand. Pretty much if you look above the arch, you can see that that is no longer pink. It's white now. So what I want to do is just kind of go around and sand the areas that I fixed. this is the last and final step before the walls can start getting painted, which is really for me to go ahead and sweep around all the excess dust that came from sanding. The good thing is I didn't really have to do a whole lot. It was just really minor, so it wasn't too crazy. I'm just gonna say this, y'all, don't follow me, okay? If you're doing this, put a mask on, put whatever you need to put on, but you'll not be thinking I'm Superwoman. But once I got done with that, I wanted to go around and start caulking everything, so that's exactly what I did. Let me just tell you guys now, I did not get far whatsoever, simply because by the time I got done sanding, which I probably seen a little bit more than I shared with you guys, your girl's back was hurt and I didn't want to do anything else. So I ended up doing half of the wall and the base trim, and I said, you know what? Let me see how much those painters are real quick. So I did end up calling painters because my body was just done. And I will say, since my surgery, I have to listen to my body. I feel like my body is against me some days, even though I want to push through and get certain things done. I'm realizing that there are some days where I'm just exhausted and I just can't go as far as I want to go. And I have to listen and stop. So today was definitely one of those days where it was just like, okay, girl, have a seat before I make you sit down, and you don't want me to make you sit down, okay? So I definitely stopped. I called the painters. So I have no recording of the guys painting because quite honestly, I was not happy with the job. So I will not be sharing any resources whatsoever. Once summer rolls around, I will be hiring a different company, or maybe I'll even get the energy to muster up to do it myself. But I want to go in again and just give the ceiling and the walls just one more coat of paint. I ended up actually doing the niche in the ceiling myself just because I just wasn't happy with the living room paint whatsoever. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and give it another coat, so I don't have that recorded. But the next morning when I woke up, I did go ahead and start moving the X board. You're gonna see how this looks once I pick it up. You guys, this paper has been on the floor since the project has started. So it's been down for about a good maybe 2.5 weeks now.
Finally don't get no fuss, finally be riding on my way. Finally woke up with some luck in the book. I don't give a what someone say. Finally got my friends in the back on my roller. We gon' make it big one day. We gon' make it big, I say. We gon' make it big, just stay in there. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. You woke up from a while. Haven't seen you smile since December. Ripped your heart, got a brand new one since you got lost in November. See it in your eyes when we leave for the night. Way too many heartbreaks still on your mind. Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the flame blur out for a while. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. I see you climbing, been trying to find your way. Let's see you smiling.
You guys, I'm gonna probably end the video here. I'm tired. I want to go ahead and get a shower in because it's about 9 o'clock right now. I have to start getting myself ready and situated because I have to go meet with someone, and I have to do a live today. But happy tears, but this morning is definitely a little emotional, just seeing all of the upgrades that have gone into the house. And I don't know, now I feel like the house is worth what I'm paying for in mortgage, because before it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I told you guys from the very beginning that I thought the layout was perfect, the house itself was perfect. I just felt like it needed a little razzle dazzle. So I definitely razzled and dazzled. The last thing that's going to be left is for the ceiling to get painted, all the new trim to get painted, and of course the wall and the niche, and then the light fixtures and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just have to clean up, which I already called my cleaning person. She's going to come to help me tackle everything. I'm very, very happy. I'm turning the camera around, that way you guys can take a look at it, because I feel like you guys will probably see this thing one more time in cleaning, and then the next time you see it will be the reveal of the space, which I'm really, really happy about. I'm going to go ahead and go over here so I can record. So my living room was already a pretty big space. You just couldn't really tell how big it was due to the fact that everything was just like so open and there was no separation. Of course, once furniture gets in there, it's going to get a little smaller again, but it's definitely quite a big space. I want to say each one of the boxes are about 50 by 60, and the span of where the wall is at is like 230 something, just to kind of give you guys an idea. So this is something that I've actually thought about for approximately a year, but it was such a big idea that I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready to tackle it. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, this is your chance, girl. Go big or go home. And so I'm really loving it. I feel like once the drapery goes up, it's going to look even better. The furniture going back into place. I'm going to try to go ahead and get my Christmas trees and everything in here. I'm definitely really excited to be in here again. I think like 3 weeks. I haven't been in this space. I've been able to sit down, been able to turn my fireplace on, and anxiety's up, stress is up, a little sadness kicks in. But as of right now, I can definitely say that it was worth it. All right, so this is the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and pan. The picture box frames look so good on this side because it really complements the dining. So when you're in here, it just feels so good. Like, I don't even know how to express how I'm feeling, or verbalize it, I should say, in a way that could make you really, really, really understand. But that's my washer's on. I put everything in the washer this morning, but I'm really happy, really, really happy. So, as previously mentioned, we are almost there, you guys. Pretty much, the project went a little bit longer than expected, but I'm happy that we are pretty much at the end. We're in the cleanup phase of things. So, if you have any questions pertaining to like measurements, pertaining to like what was used, you can check out the previous uploads. I did share all of that in the content. I really do my best to break things down. I have hired full-time help, so I am like praying to God that I can get things a little bit better handled with my blog, because I feel like the blog was extremely helpful when it came to material, when it came to colors, when it came to like usage. I feel like it was doing really, really well, but it was just hard for me to keep up with Instagram, with YouTube, being a mom, like everything all encompassing. I'm not gonna lie, it was just a lot. I know I'm standing in front of you guys today, but I promise you deep down inside right now, I do want to cry because I still have so much that I need to get done. But doesn't it look so pretty? Everything always looks really pretty, but like, you know, behind the scenes of things, it's a lot. So I have hired full-time. You guys know Kevin, he'll be here full-time. Definitely working on restructuring some things, so I'll have that up for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and go because I still have 2 more intros to work on and the content, and I gotta go get this kid from school. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Do y'all see the tree? Catch it, catch it, catch it.